Hey there, I'm Alex, lead programmer and designer on Anchored Hearts. In this video, I'm going to cover the strategy of ship combat and some of the thought that went into the design. I wanted to take a very simple starting point and see how much strategic complexity we could build from that. I wanted for the battles to be easy to learn, but difficult to master, and to cater to a wide range of experience levels. There are 7 buttons in total that control the entirety of ship combat, but there's a lot more to it than first meets the eye. Timing is crucial. First up, maneuvers. Both ships can maneuver between the steady position and the evade position. When steady, you'll be most accurate, but easier to hit. And when evading, you'll be less accurate, but harder to hit. Pretty intuitive so far. Once you start a maneuver, you are committed to finishing it, but your accuracy will not change immediately. It will scale towards its new value as your ship executes the maneuver, as you can see in the accuracy bar. This is important when considering timing around your shots, because your accuracy also needs time to replenish between salvos. For example, it's generally a good tactic to fire, then evade while your accuracy recovers, and time your return to steady to finish around the same time as your accuracy bar becoming full again. You can also choose which part of the enemy ship to target, the sails, the guns, or the hull itself. The hull is simply the overall health of the ship. When it reaches 0, that's game over. You do extra damage when hitting the hull directly like this, but it has no other benefit. Disabling the sails will prevent an enemy ship from evading or boarding, as well as making it even easier to hit. Disabling the guns will, quite straightforwardly, prevent a ship from firing back at you. Pretty handy. The sails and guns are passively repaired over time by the crew. The more crew a ship has, the faster they will repair. They will only be disabled if you get them all the way down to 0. And a neat little animation will play to show you this. This is important. You deal less damage to the ship's overall health while hitting the guns and sails. And because these repair over time, you're incentivized to committing to a target and not switch before disabling it. There are times that changing your target early might be a smart move as the situation changes, but it's certainly a trade-off. Meanwhile, if you try to fight harder enemies simply by shooting their hull, you might win the battle, but you will find yourself losing a war of attrition. Opportunities for hull repair during a voyage are few. Mitigating damage against yourself is just as important as how much damage you deal to an opponent. Lastly, enemy ships will target your guns and sails to knock them out too. If your guns or sails are getting low, you must decide whether to evade or whether to push on and hope to beat them to the punch. The third maneuver you can perform is to board your enemies. It wouldn't be a pirate game without boarding, right? Here are the 2 key factors that affect your chances of success when boarding, as can be seen in the lower right corner. These are the size of your crew versus theirs, and the overall health of their ship. If your crew are outnumbered, you can still swing the odds in your favor by reducing the overall health of their ship significantly before attempting to board them. Beware, as the enemy will sometimes try to board you as well. For boarding to occur, both ships must be steady, so boarding can be avoided by evading. This makes it a good idea to disable a ship's sails before trying it. It's also a very good idea to disable their cannons. The attacker cannot fire while boarding, but the defender can. If you try to board a ship with working cannons, it's likely your ship will end up with a lot of extra holes in it. Successful boarding will disable a random part of the ship. If both the sails and guns are disabled already, this will result in immediate victory, and you'll earn bonus coin and notoriety, as well as a better chance of salvaging a ship upgrade. While not necessary to win, mastering boarding will improve your haul of loot and access to critical upgrades. Another guiding principle of the design in ship battles is that I didn't want there to be any one optimal way to play. Boarding is not always the right move. It's not always best to first target the guns or the sails. Sometimes you might want to continuously evade while shooting rather than return to steady. There should always be a meaningful choice for you as the player to make based on many factors. Your health versus theirs, your ship upgrades, the route you took in choosing your pirate boons, and what part of your ship the enemy is targeting, and more. With all that in mind, to shake things up, we have 4 different factions in the game, each of them visually distinct and with their own strengths, weaknesses, and behavior. The Verdinians are shipwrights. They rely on strongholds and durable gun decks and sails, though they have fewer crew. The Grigians are a warlike culture. Their cannons do fearsome damage and they field larger crews, and they'll try to board you more often. In return, they have weaker hulls and less durable cannons and sails. The The Turkeys are traders. They are prone to evading more often, field larger crews to fend off pirate boarding, but if defeated via boarding, they guarantee a ship upgrade as loot. The Azulis are the more balanced of the factions, with no particular strengths or weaknesses. Ships also offer differing rewards in coin and notoriety based on their faction, not just their difficulty level. To sprinkle some additional chaos on top of all of this, some battles take place in hazardous waters. Randomly scattered debris will pepper the battlefield, and if not avoided will strike the hulls of both ships. I could talk more about the ship battles, but this video is already getting too long. So I hope you'll give the free demo a try, and it really would be awesome if you'd consider wishlisting us on Steam. We're a small indie studio, and it really does help us so much. Thank you for watching.